All right. Welcome, players,
Welcome.
to our first Zero session. In a moment here, I'm going to guide you into the realm of the Wintergreen apocalypse. We'll be using the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition for the RPG system in order to run everything.
All right.
You are... Oops, wrong one. So let us begin. You wake into blackness. Something asks you questions. You are unsure if you are numb, blind, or dumb. However, mere thought responses to your inner voices. You are each alone at first until all at once you begin to sense, without any senses, each other. An audible voice inside your mind requests you, please proceed with input. There will be no questions. You must proceed forward in order for questions to be answered. This thought repeats to you over and over and over. All at once, you're able to think thoughts to each other. Please proceed with input, voices again in every one of your minds. Again, it requests, please hit enter to continue.
I push a button in front of me.
You're all in a blank and dumb, numb. There is no buttons. You have no idea of who anything is. You can only sense each other.
I think I push the button in front of me.
You reach out with your mind to allow yourself to press forward as this unknown entity requests. It waits for others to validate to proceed forward.
Where am I? What's going on?
Again, you hear a voice inside your head telling you to choose to proceed forward.
I think forward.
The machine goes, and to everyone's mind, we are waiting on one more. Please proceed forward.
I think for the other individual and bring them with me.
Thank you. Hey, you were along my same train of thought.
You're the one we're waiting for. I was waiting for you, Harley, to think your way forward.
I said.
Well, it's all good. As you all finally proceed forward inside your mind, unsure and in this blackness, you feel nothing. You sense nothing. You realize that you're slowly becoming aware. However, you're aware that you have no senses. Inside your mind, you hear the voice again. Please choose your ancestry. All of a sudden, you're flashed forward into your mind. Vivid images and information about races, ancestors, beings. One flashes forward towards you, an android. Another, an aquatic-looking being. Another with wings. A squat, burly of a man-looking thing. A very pristine, well-defined being. Another one seems about a half of both. Another seems shorter than most. One seems covered in fur, much to a feline, and another akin to a reptile. Again, in your mind, it says, make a decision.
Alright, this dude's going with Android. I don't know what you guys... Android's my ancestry.
Yes, you are out of game. You are technically talking to each other back and forth, and you guys have no established name nor anything. So you're just hearing other people kind of in your mind towards each other at the moment.
Do we have any memories?
The last memory you have is of someone right now, 20 minutes ago, waking you
We
from
just
something.
hear a voice. That's all we know of right now.
Correct. You have no history, no knowledge, no nothing. Technically, you're avatars.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say babies, but Avatar works. Alright, alright.
Can we like look at our own bodies and kind of like
Nothing. Whenever you try to think outside of any thoughts to the computer other than, well, computer, to whatever's talking to you, it responds with input, please. You are also met with a lot of you will find out when you finish your inputs. You are also you're stuck at the character creation screen. It's kind of what it is.
I hit the next button. I go next. It's random. You know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
There is a Fancy. You notice there is an other option, and it says random for plus.
Wait, seriously? I say we all hit random. Everybody just slap that random button. I want to see what we get. Let's gamble.
It's specifically random for plus at the bottom. Okay, so 2 inputs are for random.
I'm speaking for the third person here. He also hit random.
Random.
You're unable to force his will. His will is his will.
I don't want to be left out, so I'll say random as well.
Yes, let's
So
go.
everyone chooses random.
We're gonna throw like 50 dice before like 2 minutes into the game. Let's go.
The machine says, please proceed in order. Meaning, who's going first?
All right, I'm going first. I'm going first.
All right, you proceed forth. Roll a 10 side.
Roll a 10 side?
Yep, roll a 10 side.
It's a good thing I actually have the physical die, my guy. Alright, let's go with this one. 9. It's gotta be good, right?
All right.
Probably some short little midget.
It says you will know your answer once completed.
Oh, fantastic.
Harley, I need you to roll a 10 side. 4 percentile and take off the 0.
Ow.
Meanwhile, Shid, go ahead and roll yours.
I also got a 9.
She's got it. She's got it.
Can we get a third 9? Third 9?
I got.
6 or 9. Nope, that's got to be 9.
No shot.
Oh my God, all three
No
nines.
shot. No shot.
The
It's...
the well, I was going to do something different. Okay. Are you sure? I'm unable to see that.
That's my point. I hate these dice already. Me and these dice don't get along already.
You want to come down and get a different set? That looks like a 2.
That looks like a 2.
Are you able to read that? Take a picture of it.
It's...
Zoom in.
The lighting here sucks. I'm not a fan of these colors.
Those are
All right.
your daughters. You should be using yours.
All right. That. Oh, wow. That really is awful.
Yeah, I can't.
Zoom just barely out, and yes, there should be a dash underneath it. Do you see a dash underneath it? You're killing me, Smalls.
No?
Kill it.
That's a 9. It's a 9. I got it. Harley, it's a 9. It's a 9. It's all in the same thing. The bottom it's a 9. You all got 9. 9. Oh, well.
This is our party group
out of my
name.
head, I was
The
gonna go-
9 nines.
I was to be open. I was about to, as a game master, go. The 9's blocked out. You have to roll again. I was like, no, you all rolled 9. We'll just continue forward. So,
It's
I mean, I can roll
something
again
that
if you want.
flashes. No. It's good. Let's do this. Because I still have what flashes forward into your minds is a color spectrum, requiring you all to pick a color.
Blue.
Blue, as it seems to be taken, is removed from the pie chart.
Oh, I'm like, what? I just picked blue. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't pick it now. Okay. Yeah, that's my color. Wait, can I change my color?
Nope.
I'm kidding. I'm
You
kidding.
selected. It's already gone past you.
Okay.
What is your color?
I'll go green.
Green.
Wait, I wanted green. No, I'm
Alright,
kidding.
alright.
I'm kidding. Coffee said no.
Shit. I had time for this shit. Shidden, pick a color.
I couldn't decide.
Purple.
Rock solid.
Into your mind comes a lizard-looking man, typically of jungles and deserts and humanoid in face. It feels like your colors has prompted almost a terrain preference. For what follows next into Blue's mind is water and waves and oceans and swamps. Whereas inside of when you chose green, you see tranquil forests and open pines. As in for purple, you see lavetic rock and more desert.
Wow, I thought it was memeing when I said rock solid, but okay.
With this, all of a sudden, as if you knew what this all meant, you have an armor +2 due to your scaly skin and axe of leather. So what you're going to want to do is write this stuff down, and you basically are Saurians. Inside the book to page 17,
Thank you.
you can see exactly what I just described to you. The environmental weaknesses now maintain more towards cold, warm, hot.
So
Think of it like that. If it gets too cold, one of you is going to have better chances. Whereas if it's too hot, and so in the warm, so this will You'll have a nice soft zone. I'm just saying you guys have bonuses. You'll have bonuses and minuses when we go into extreme versions of those environments.
So we're all Saurian.
Okay, so I rolled a 9. I got the color blue. And what was the representation of blue? Like ocean, watery kind of thing?
Yes, water, swamp, aquatic.
But not the ocean, though.
You feel. We'll get there. Fresh water.
Freshwater. Okay, so freshwater, swamp, and aquatic. You said.
Yes. Aquatic. Yes. Whereas green is forest, and we're talking about there's a difference between jungles and and forests. You know how dry and arid a forest can be compared to a jungle.
Sure.
So, moving forward, more about that later as I devise to you out a game, because I'm winging some of this directional path. So you do have everything that's listed as per page 17 on Saurians.
So
all of that is what you're going to need to know to go on to the next section.
So page 17, you said?
Page 17 is where you're going to get all your information, and then refer back to it when we go to the next step on page 55.
Oh, dude, we're like lizard men things. Dude, we get +2 armor.
Yeah.
What? Let's go. We can bite things. Yes. Oh, man. I'd seen page 104, and I was like, holy crap, we do a D104 or something? I was like, what? Okay, no, that's, we'll strength plus a D4. Dude, this is kind of cracked. We're OP. We can pick the broken class. Let's go.
I can get behind lizard people. I'm down for lizard people.
Reading your bottom, it does say outsider. Most species distrust Saurians for some reason. Perhaps their strange ways and customs, and often celibate speeches and ancient subconscious fears of reptilian ancestors. And you will have an issue when dealing with persuasion rolls for being a Saurian. Now, of Sauria,
I see what you did there.
That was okay. Moving on. As you proceed forward, you feel 2 spots in your mind open up, and 2 spots closed. It requests if you would like a hindrance. And what this means is, and you notice that there's just this, of the 4 points, the other 2 just seem to be spinning as if self-randomizing. It requests, which do you prefer to take care of first? Your random or a chosen? Out of game, what I'm asking you is, do you want to roll your first random everybody first and then pick your first? Do you want any hindrances to get more attribute points later? As per page 55, we are at a section. In order to get feats and stuff of this nature, you have to take hindrances. What this is you can select up to 4 points as hindrances. Majors are worth 2 points. Minors are worth 1 point. You can only take up to 4 points in order to buy additional edges, as what you would call feats. So you could choose, let's say, being blind, and you would get all of, I think it's actually all 4 points, which you would get, and you'd be able to buy 4 points of edges. So Shin requested to do his first random. I would like you to roll a 1d60.
Huh?
And you're probably figuring out how to do that. You can go into Google and type in 1d60, and it will let you do a virtual roll.
Oh, I was just going to do 320s.
You know what? Actually, you could roll 320s and add them all together. I'll just start at 3 being the first one. That works. Because technically there's only 57. So roll 320 sides and add them together.
All right, now what is it this is helping us to figure out?
You're finding out. Half of the
27?
fun is I'm teaching the rules as I'm storytelling.
Okay, well that makes for
That's
keeping
Huh?
writing. That
yes. Keep writing, because everything we're gonna do out of game, we're going to complete.
Writing down.
Out of game, what's going to happen is we're going to complete everything 1 through 50. Everything on page 55.
Ow.
That's what we're going to do. Hello, Norman.
Hey.
Hey, just sit and listen, and you can we can show you the story, and you can tell me how you think. This is a good time if you're able to make it. And you could be our fifth person.
Yeah, this is about the time I could be able to show up.
We will work on it. I have a way to write that into y'all's mind. You feel a fourth presence and a fifth presence ghosting in the background, and one of the presences steps forward, and you receive could someone send him a link to the book, the PDF, so he could open it as well? It asks you if you would like to randomize for a plus. To back up and annotate you, Norman, you sense as if you're unsure if you're dumb, blind, or numb. Your senses seem both there and unaware. You are in a void, and something is reaching out to you, requesting information from you, as if you needed to input information. There is a list of different what species comes to your mind, requesting you to either hit random or choose. You feel the presence of 3 other people in the void ahead of you. They all chose random. And now they're trying to figure out their hindrances. What do you do? The voice calls out to you. What do you choose? Did you catch that, Norman?
Yeah, I'm debating.
Oh.
I still haven't gotten the link.
So you have no need for the link to make this decision.
No.
Well, send or
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Oh, I was gonna go to him.
Okay.
Well, one of us. Let's see. The name of the series, Norman, is Wintergreen Apocalypse. We'll be using the Savage Worlds game system.
Three. Wintergreen, Savage Garden.
All right.
And what page am I turning to?
We're all on page 55 for character creation. Everybody here is playing along because I'm teaching the game while we're creating the character.
Wait, did you say 55 or 155?
55.
Okay.
55.
Double checking.
When it looked, when
Now-
this is, I have to look down at the bottom because
Yeah.
at the top it'll say 56 and 57, but it's 54.
If you play along, you're going to the game I'm presenting is a mystery. All right, Norman.
All right.
Meaning, as I presented to you your situation, you have no character, and yet I just gave you plot.
Yep.
Something's calling you forward. So you're stuck at a situation where you sense three others ahead of you in this void, and all of a sudden they've met with barriers of red, and they turn back and they're unable to really tell you. However, you could already see what their choices are somehow, and they all hit random 4+.
I think I'm going to go
Random
random as
4.
well.
And so then the thing says push the mind button is what we'll call it. And what I need you to do is roll a 10 side then. Do you have dice on hand, or you could just Google a 10 side?
What are the odds that he rolls
got
the same
dice.
thing?
Well, find
Nobody
out.
tell him.
I plan to do none of it.
I'm gonna lose it if it does it. I'll just, that'll be too funny.
No, it's not that one.
I need a 1d10 rolled.
That's a D12.
But
Come on,
we are recording right now, by the way. You have no need to worry about your. Eventually, I would love a still picture of whatever you would like to present. I forgot to mention that we're going to be doing a YouTube of this, so we're only going to be using our stage names, and so.
Okay.
If you have a different name other than Norman that you would like to use, now's the time to change it.
Okay.
Or
I got a 7.
Darn it.
7. Well,
darn.
Well-
what did everybody else get?
9.
9.
At 9.
Oh.
Everybody rolled 9.
Oh, I got a 7.
You step forward, feeling kind of normal, feeling kind of human. As 3 other members turn and you're able to blur into your vision, 3 reptilian humanoids step into focus of very different colors with different kinds of skin. One blue with almost a sheen and silk, one green with rough and bark, and another hardened with what looks like an crocodile in skin. You step forward, pale and human.
Pale.
And soft.
So that you're aware, out of game, go to page 16 in order to get the information about humans. This next session, I will have an online. I will be doing the hosting at Foundry, and we could put all this stuff on paper, virtual paper, so that you. Right now, we are just having fun as I'm playing the game with you guys on Zero Session. Character creation. Humans are adaptable. Everything flashes into your head as if there's a whole slew of these. Also, danger senses into your head as if premonition warns against these. What is known as a human steps into everybody's mind as if they've always existed. They tend to be adaptable And this one still needs to choose a color.
Well, I
Pick
mean,
a
you
color.
said he was white, so.
No, I said human.
You said pale. You were like, he's
Words in my
pale.
mouth. Pale skin. Yes, I was talking to you actually. I was saying pale skin, blue. I was describing to him you.
Oh, okay, okay.
Alright.
I was trying to describe the fact that there are 3 different types of lizard men in front of him.
I'm the malnourished one.
What?
Harley is the crocodile-ishy looking one, I think.
No. You are bark skinned. Think of reptiles in a forest and bugs and what kind of they tend to blend in their environment, so they tend to have this bark and wooded and
Brown, greeny, mossy thing.
that too, all that, and then he's got aquatic things tend to have more think like a skink. Thank you. A skink or a salamander with their skin being smoother and stuff of that nature. Whereas in desert and arid and volcanic environment, most of them have very cracked, dried skin. By the way, reptiles have no scales. They all have skin. It's just they're that cracked. Or I should say lizards and crocodiles. Most lizards. All crocodiles and alligators. Anyways, continuing forth. Another button arrives, and everybody's screen goes back to green inside their mind, as if they were able to continue as someone has just arrived. One person decided that they would press the random. Go ahead and tell me what your number was there, Shin.
I was a 27.
27. I gotta do some counting and mark off some things so that I can. Also, everybody in their mind sees that there's 57 options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20. How did I just do that? I went 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 30, 40. 2, 4. An option comes up requesting you to make a decision, 1 or 2. In your mind, it's major or minor.
1 or 2, huh?
Would you
roll
like
a D4?
I'm waiting for
going
him.
with 1. Oh.
No, it's Shin. Shin hit the random. He hit 28. See, 28 or 27?
27.
27. Oops. Never mind. So, what ends up into your mind is that you are a doubting Thomas, an individual who believes, a character that refuses to believe in the supernatural, often exposing him to unnecessary risks.
Doubting
Thomas, a doubting Thomas. In everybody else's mind, seems that out of all the 57, one became clear, while the others are all just blanked out. An option to everyone comes available. You may choose doubting Thomas.
Doubting Thomas? Like the train? Thomas the train?
No, doubting Thomas is no.
Explain a little bit there.
Doubting Thomas is a hindrance. It's a minor hindrance. It seems like everything is blacked out, and until someone pushed the button, you were unaware of what those options were. And I have them kind of jumbled around on my page.
Oh,
So,
okay. I
does anyone else wish to hit the random button, or would you
doesn't-
like to hit it again?
Wait, he
Can
can
I
hit it a
read-
second time?
Can
Well,
I read
yes,
what it
you
says?
guys have two. So to let you know, what's happening is you're getting two randomized hindrances and two selected hindrances.
All right.
Currently, the only hindrance available for you all to actually hit as a selected hindrance is Doubting Thomas, because you've yet to discover.
Okay, well, I'm going to
The
hit Doubting
rest of them.
Thomas. I don't know who Thomas is, but I don't trust him.
Okay. Does anybody
no.
else want to highlight Doubting Thomas as an
Then-
option? Or
Can
would
I
someone
read
like to hit,
Can I
page
read?
56.
Can I read it so that everybody
Page
can-
56.
Yeah.
Actually,
character-
going to, if you want to
Well,
read it, hold on.
What I was doing? Such a pie hole.
Badoop.
On
Doubting
page 24 is a in-depth explanation of what Doubting Thomas does to your character. In return for having, now there is an option to skip hindrances.
Wait, page 54?
So if anybody on page 24,
Oh, 24. I'm like, I'm on 54 and I don't see it. Yeah.
There's an in-depth on Doubting Thomas. Those that selected Doubting Thomas, including the one that got it randomly, you now have 1 point to spend in edges later on in character creation out of game.
Oh, here we go. Some people don't believe in the supernatural until they're halfway down some creature's gullet, or skeptics who... Oh, dude, yeah, that's me! That's me! All right, yeah, let's go. Let's
I was
go.
like, all of a sudden, I could have said it was on page 56. The character doesn't believe in the supernatural, often exposing him or her.
I'm just laughing because all your little voices in your head are literally saying this stuff as if players are their little voices going, yeah, it says it right here. It says it right here.
Yeah.
Because does anyone else wish to have a hindrance up to 4? Does anybody wish to hit random or choose Doubting Thomas? It's what I am trying to tell you out of game is that every time you hit a random, you get more options. The person who hit random gets stuck with it. However, you're unable to fill the other hindrances except for with Doubting Thomas because you've yet to unlock it. This will make more sense to why I'm doing it this way later on. That's part of the whole mystery.
Can I get elderly and hard of hearing?
Apparently, you think I'm the one that's the elder. Listen to your players. I'm trying to get them to listen to me.
What'd you say? I'm
wanna hit
hard of
random.
hearing. You want to hear random?
All right. Random hits.
gonna hit random.
Roll 3 20 sides.
Bill, do that
And
magic
tell me what-
button. Ow. I kind of have a trapped arm.
Well, this doesn't
What are you
bode
trying to
well.
do?
I rolled a 1.
You're adding the numbers together.
Okay.
So
Roll
just
20 side and roll them together. By the way, the 20 side in Savage Worlds is the 4 side. You'll be rolling a lot of 4 sides.
Well, I got a 10. I rolled a 1, a 4, and a 5.
10. 2, 5, 6, 8.
I had 2 arms.
As you hit it, you almost trip over yourself in your mind as if you were clumsy. You get a -2 to athletics and stealth rolls. You have a major hindrance. Clumsy.
For who?
That's so Norman. Oh,
Sorry for that.
You can
Welcome to the
a reminder message pops in your head. You could skip. You could skip. You could skip. However, another reminder: buy edges now with hindrances. So much like a marketplace ad inside your mind.
yeah, it's like a little gotcha
Does
game.
anybody wish to choose random.
Yeah, I'll go with random.
Like,
I'll go with
or-
random. What am I rolling
Who
for
cho-
random?
3d20.
3d20?
So that gives you 3d20 added together. Norman, you now have the clumsy hindrance. It gives you
I'm gonna
2
roll this other
points as
dice.
opposed to Doubting Thomas that only gives you 1 point, which the other two have taken. You can only take up to 4 points maximum in hindrances, which allows you to buy what you would class as feats in D&D.
So
Is
13.
kind of what it's going to be. A 13.
And then
Randomly
2.
test this.
So add them all together. So 15.
No matter
13
what.
plus 2.
And a 19. So 15 and 19.
This just sucks. No matter what.
We're at 34.
This just
34?
Yes, sir.
So 34.
I have dice. They have tiny flipping unicorns in them. They're absolutely adorable. No, I swear I might have the elderly roll because I have
No mentioning of where you got those.
I have the tiniest hands.
You are a pacifist. Champ pacifist.
Wow.
Would you like to choose minor or major? It asks you.
It's asking me if I want to do minor or major? Well, I'm not into minors, so let's go major.
You are a major pacifist. Hindrance, you won't fight at all.
What? Y'all on your own. I don't know about the supernatural stuff. I don't know about fighting. I can't even talk to people. They freaking hate me because my race. You know, they be racist.
I love it. I love it.
I'm
Does
useless.
anybody else wish to choose? No, it just means it's going to be a very interesting sessions for you.
You know what? We should all take pacifists. Let's. This is a non-combat campaign.
And the only thing the DM throws at you is combat.
Bye.
Oh, you're this time.
Bye.
Okay, so
Look, guys, I can read.
who else wants to choose a random hindrance or one of the ones that have been discovered? Clumsy, pacifist, major or minor, or Doubting Thomas. You can have up to 4 points of hindrances.
The heck with it. Bye. Why not have some fun? I'll do
You want to roll?
I'll do random.
Then take take the 20 side, roll it 3 times, and add it together.
I hope you roll all ones, just to see what a 3 is.
10.
I want to see what a 60 is.
You want to
Add
see
it
what
together.
a 60 is? That's
11.
the 60's the elderly.
5. 10, 11, and 5.
26. Would you like a major or a minor?
I think she's got enough minors running around the house right about now.
Major or minor?
I'll go with a minor.
You are delusional. The individual believes something strange that causes him or her occasional and frequent trouble. You have you have a minor issue with delusional.
Can I take that as a major?
Yes, you can take that as a major if you wanted to.
Seriously?
However,
No.
I believe you've already chose Doubting Thomas for 1 point.
Oh yeah,
And
okay.
Pacifist has major for 2 points. You only have 1 point.
So can I
left
take it as a
that you
minor
can
then?
take. You could take delusional as a minor.
All right,
However,
I'm gonna take delusional as a minor.
You're a delusional pacifist.
I'm a delusional pacifist who doubts Thomas.
There's nothing. Everything is. There's no such things as ghosts. Flat earthers are idiots. God. Get a dictionary, you. What is
The government put sedatives in the soft drink.
No, I can prove it. I live in the water. I'm a water lizard. Now, what you're going to get in return for hindrances on your character during play of Savage Worlds is something like inspiration. They call it bennies. Bennies are so useful in this game. They allow you to literally cheat death. The only thing you're unable to spend bennies on to get rerolls from is a critical failure. Sorry, if you roll double odd ones, you fail, there is no cheating death. That is just something to remember. Moving onwards, we're getting into 4 points spent. One person has been blacked out, and has passed on to the next mind section.
And that would
Who
be
wants more hindrances? Who wants to just continue?
I will roll random again.
Random it is. Yeah, roll three 20 sides. If it's one of the ones chosen already, you'll just choose up or down.
Who's already done and passed on? That's
Me.
Champ's mind has passed on.
Yeah, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense, and just move. He just leaves.
You feel like you're you're actually embodying those now.
I'm the delusional one, so what the heck?
Well,
I'm also delusional.
Yeah, he chose your delusional feat as well.
I'm delusional.
What did you
I'm a
get there?
doubting
What did you
Thomas.
get there,
I got
Norm?
26.
26? Would you like to choose plus one or minus one? An Aaron
I'll go
system
-1.
says you have a death wish. You feel that you are a hero that wants to die while completing some epic task.
Wow. Dude, imagine having
And
that
you're
and being a
clumsy.
pacifist.
He's clumsy.
Dude, imagine having that and
Yep.
being a pacifist.
I get what you're saying. However, how epic it is if you were to think of the Lord of the Rings a little different. I'm this epic journey to throw this, and he trips and falls into the lava.
Yep.
There goes Bilbo, the clumsy baggage.
It's like on the Two Towers when Gimli's like, you're gonna have to toss me, and Aragorn's the one that's clumsy, so he just yeets him into like into the wall instead of the bridge there.
Yes, you have a death wish. You feel like you are the person who has to go in. You're that person that's like, right, we gotta get it. Go!
Leroy Jenkins!
And you're the only human.
Yep.
So currently, Death Wish has been opened up. It is a minor. You now have Clumsy and Death Wish. Does anyone want to push the button next or continue forward?
I do, but I'm scared to.
You're like, somebody else push it. I'll make from your decisions. If you see my hand up and I say out of game, I'm talking as the game master, the DM, and rules clarifying. If I go like this, I'm trying to talk in game as the voice. And a lot of the times you'll see a muddled difference between it because I'm going to be doing this a lot less than this most of the time. So right now, it's just me trying to clarify now. So whenever I'm like out of game, hey, clarity, blah, okay, back at the game. The computer requests again, random.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll.
I think the last person is
And
me?
It's in any order you choose. So out of game, Norm still can hit for one minor. He could get one more point, or he could choose with the choices that are unlocked from other people. You have only delusional, so you have 1 point of 4 possible. You can at any point in time mentally skip and just keep the hindrances you have as options. The voice inside your all's head saying,
Shin's rolling a random.
Yeah.
3d20, add it together.
Just say 69 and throw him off. Doesn't go that high.
54.
Whoa.
Oh.
Outside of game, ticks smell really, really awful when you burn.
I think anything smells really awful when you burn it alive, but okay.
What do you burn alive?
No, I refuse to believe that. It smells great. I'm maybe a little delusional about this.
Oh my gosh.
I burnt my finger though.
No, I'm sorry. That's supernatural talk. You are timid. You are timid. It is a -2 to all fear checks resisting intimidation. It is a major. Carly is delusional. I still have 2 points, 1 point, and 1 point that you guys can have.
I'm rolling random.
Roll.
12, 17, and an 11. 12, 17, and 11. So
12,
40.
17, and 11. 40?
Yep.
You can only choose a minor. Some additional chart is spinning right now, and it says, please wait.
It says, please wait.
Loading.
And then it says, does anybody wish to have this option as well?
If I knew what it was.
Yeah.
It would be all that better, right? It says you could choose for a major or minor version of it. It's requesting Harley has 2 points. She can make it a major, or she could choose a minor. And for some reason, it allows you to choose it more than once as a 1-pointer. Because everybody else only has 1 point left. You have 2 points. and it says, would you like this to be a 1-pointer, a 2-pointer, or 2 1-pointers?
I'll do 2 1-point.
Or roll your own. You're going to do 2 1-point. All right? Shin, do you skip to roll your own? Or would you like to choose a minor?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
You're
There's
not
a
supposed to
reason
know
why
until you pick it.
Well, all the
So
other
I
ones
have-
we learned about when
I
someone else
know.
got it.
I rolled a good one,
Exactly.
apparently.
That's why this one's acting a little different. This is acting different, and you'll find out the minute you choose yes or no.
Sure, I'll
Sure?
go for it.
1 point? It all of a sudden solidified in a second bar scrolling. It says phobia, minor, phobia, minor, phobia, minor, phobia, minor has been selected. Please choose again. I need you to roll a 26 die. Each of you need to roll a 26 die. You, Harley, need to roll it twice. And tell me, go into Google and type in 1d26. Or you could, I do have a skip way of doing this. Here it is. Roll an 8-side and a 20-side and add it together.
Okay.
And I could just push the 1 to being a 2. And if you all ever roll 28, I'll let you decide your own.
25.
All right.
A 10.
Oh.
You got a 10. Okay.
Sorry, I gotta
I
re-roll
need
those.
you to roll a 20-side and 8-side twice there, Harley, and add it together.
8 and
A
7.
5. 7. What is 5 and 7? 12? All right.
Yeah.
I need you to roll it
Yeah.
together again and give me a second number.
Total of 6.
All right. I need you to roll me a 4-side.
3.
That's interesting. You have a choice between these 4: gamophobia, genophobia, glossophobia, or gynophobia. The fear of marriages, the fear of knees, the fear of speaking in public, or the fear of women.
Marriage.
Your character has gamophobia as a minor degree, fear of marriage. That is
Phobia
one of your
minor.
phobias. Then the
So,
second
phobia-
one, I need you to roll me a 6-side.
1.
Fear of the color white or the fear of childbirth?
Fear of the color white. Guess who's
The
the
fear of
only
color white is a more of a
male
major,
human?
so I would have to.
Oh shoot, that's funny.
Childbirth. Already been through it twice. Anti-childbirth.
Okay, you have something called lochiophobia. So you have the fear of marriage and childbirth. You're a feminist. You're delusional.
Wow. Wow. The truth in that though. Oh.
I joking. All right, I need Norman to roll a 1d6.
I got a 1.
Okay, off of the list, only one of them's a minor. You have what's known as magriacophobia, mageoricophobia, the fear of cooking. Now, you're going to want to look into that fear and find out what that really means, because you technically cooking, you get into a lot of different things. So I'll let you figure that one out, as opposed to the Moon Day. Nope, cook, nope, no cooking. And
You're
you all
afraid of
being
killing
lizard folk,
people with your cooking.
that's funny. So being
Wow.
oh God, wait, he's human. Never mind.
human.
As a lizard folk, that made more sense. You know, y'all just eat shit raw. Him being human. Well, actually,
No.
He has a fear of
I-
cooking
that
because he's
plays-
going to be around people who don't cook.
no. That plays a very I got a story-driven thing. I got a story-driven thing.
Up for marriage, and I ain't up for bearing kids, but I'll cook. He's perfectly fine.
All right. And then I need a 8-side from Shin.
Ow!
An 8.
Ow!
Yes.
I thought it was like a 20-something.
You already gave me a 25. I need an
Yeah.
8-side now.
Sorry, the 25, I rolled 3 d20s, and that's what I got. And then you said,
Oh,
no, roll
what-
a 28. I was like, oh, shit, that's...
Roll
Yeah,
a
so-
20 plus an 8-side, and
Yeah.
that's what letter I was using to find phobias in. Being at 25, you've got a Y, so that's down at the bottom section, and there's only 8 to choose from. So just roll an 8 side.
Oh, okay.
I was keeping it very simple. I pulled up a list of
But there is nothing so far simple about this.
So I re-rolled because I rolled the wrong ones before, and I got a total of 15.
Oh, well.
Because I rolled the wrong dice before. I rolled 3d20s.
Oh, I was just going to roll with it either way. How's
Or
this?
If
roll
you
me
want
an
to
8 side anyways, and I'll give you more.
Yeah.
Roll me an 8 side anyways. I just want to find out what you would have gotten. Go ahead.
An 8 side is a 6.
I'll find out what the other one is, and I'll give you this one as an option when I do that. Okay, so roll me a 12 side.
Oh, jeez. I got a 12.
So you have the options between the fear of flying, the fear of ferns, the fear of the color purple, or the fear of witches and witchcraft.
You have to go with the color purple because you chose purple earlier.
Yeah, well, that causes problems.
Every time I see myself, I'm terrified.
We could figure out how it's a major and minor. I was like, how often are you come across witches and witchcraft? And being doubting Thomas as is, so you'd be afraid of the things that you doubted. There is one more option in that other category, which was fear of beautiful women. So fear of flying, fear of beautiful women. So nobody with a charisma 10 or higher. Fear of purple. I would advise against it. Fear of ferns.
Sure.
Fear of flying. Ferns are everywhere, and
okay, fine. Fear of flying.
That makes sense. You're a lizard. We'll go with that. Let's just go with that. Fear of.
All right, Mr. T.
Okay.
Always have to drug
we
him.
have gone through. Everybody is pushed through. We now know what you're weak again, what your problems are. Would you like to use your plus? You can use your plus now. And in front of you, if you feel like you're about to decide attributes, and there's an option to use plus.
Yeah, I'm going to use my plus. Can I use my plus?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. When you step forward, do you use your plus as well?
Yeah.
Harley.
Yes.
I had to look up. You have 5 points to spend on your attributes. You all start with, and it's kind of like a mental. It says that you have a 1d4 in 5 areas. Okay? What are those 5 areas? I will go over out of game real quick. Agility, smarts, spirit, strength, and vigor. In your mind, it says you've used your plus, and the screen goes from 135 to 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 5, and then an input comes in across everybody's head. Where do you want your first increase?
I'm gonna go with smarts.
Out of game, what I'm asking you is, with smarts, your smarts now turns into a 1d6 instead of a 1d4, which you will roll.
All right.
And then all of a sudden, I need you to roll 1d6 right now.
All of us?
Roll. No, just me.
No, just him.
Do I have a modifier to it?
No, you have no need to it. This is a 1d6 for a different thing as opposed to your actual smarts roll.
Oh, thank God. It's a 2.
It's a 2.
It's a 2. It's a freaking 2.
Your smarts goes to 1d8.
Okay.
And then other people are, and now it says, where would you like to spend your other 3 points? What just happened is the minute he chose a stat, he was forced to get a random stat as an option, and then he got to choose his other 3.
And his random
Do you want
stat
to
was
spend it in agility?
Again?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So you could keep going in any of these categories. Every time you put Pip into it, it changes from a 1d4 to a 1d6 to a 1d8 to a 1d10 to a 1d12 at max.
So I
The
got.
highest you could go in anything.
So I can pick spirit or smarts again.
You could choose spirits again. I was forcing you to have one random stat increase.
Okay.
Out of
So
game.
I got. What else do I gotta pick now? Like, how many more times do I gotta
You
pick?
choose 3 more.
3 more? Alright, I'm gonna do smarts,
So you
agility,
can
and
change your
spirit.
smarts, agility, and
And
spirit.
spirit.
So this means that your agility is now a d6, your smarts is a d4, your spirit is a d6, your strength is a d4,
Hold
and your
on.
vigor
Hold
is
on.
a d4.
Start back from agility. It's a what?
d6,
Okay, hold on. D6. Okay.
1d6.
That's agility. My smart's already a
d8 for
D8.
smart.
Yep.
Shouldn't it be a D10 now?
It's gone up to a d10.
So now it's a
Yes.
D10 because I chose it again.
D10.
Okay. And then vigor's still a
And then-
D4, strength's
and
still a
then
D4, and spirit's the D6, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. All right, I got it. Continue.
The voice is now requiring other people to follow suit. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
I'll go next. Oh, here you go.
All right.
Oh, I'll take strength.
Where would you like to spend your first stat? Strength. All
I'll
right.
be right
Roll
back.
me a 1d6.
I can wake my phone up again. 5.
Vigor. Where would you like to spend your last 3?
We'll go another in strength.
Okay.
1 in vigor. And 1 in agility.
All right. So your agility is now 1d6. Your smarts and your spirit stays at 1d4. And your strength and your vigor are now 1d8.
Okay.
Who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
All right. What is your favorite color? I'm just kidding. That was a Monty Python reference. What would you like to choose as your first attribute?
Agility.
Roll me a 1d6.
6.
Roll again.
Another D6.
Yeah, roll a 1d6 one more time.
5.
5. Your strength has 2 additional points in it. Pick your other 3 points.
I want to go smarts, vigor, and strength.
Smarts, vigor, and strength. So you now have your agility is 1d6. Your smarts is 1d6. Your spirit is 1d4. Your strength is 1d8. And your vigor is 1d6. Let me see. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Well, where did you spend your other 3 points? Oh, sorry. Your strength is 1d10.
1d10.
Yes, you rolled a 6, and it's an exploding 6 in this game, so I went ahead and rode with the exploding 6 to give you an additional pip and a stat.
Ah,
And then I just roll a
okay.
D6, and that
So-
tells me what I have in that.
No, we'll get into that later. Currently, you have you have an agility at 1d6, a smart at 1d6, a spirit at 1d4. Your strength is 1d10, because you got an extra pip in it, and your vigor is 1. So it'd be equivalent in D&D if someone gave you 29 points to spend with your character as opposed to 27 points.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of what happened. So, Harley, I need you to choose your first stat you would like to work on. Agility, smart, spirit,
Alright.
strength, or vigor.
I'm back.
Well,
So,
considering you're good, go.
Sorry, I was curious. I got a 5 on the D6, and I got vigor, but he rolled a
That's
5
vigor.
on the D6 and got strength.
No, he rolled a. Oh,
6
my
and then a
bad.
5.
My bad. Yes. Sorry. Yes. Thank you. I get you. You rolled a 6, then a 5. Was that it, Norman?
Yeah, I rolled a 6 and then a 5.
My bad. Some reason I thought you rolled a 4. You rolled a 5. So that means scratch that. Your strength is 8. My bad. Your strength is 6. Your vigor is 10. Swap those two. Nice catch. So your vigor is 1d10 and your strength is 1d6.
Right.
Okay. Having connection issues, so sorry about that.
It's sounding very laggy up here. I can tell that right
The
now.
next thing I have is Harley. I need you. Remember, all coughing forms need to be presented 2 weeks in advance in order to have permission to talk. I mean, talk. Yeah, it's. Anyways, jokes aside, what is your first stat you would like to put one of your points in?
Well, considering I'm delusional, does it go with the smart?
Smart. All right. Roll me a 1d6.
I did. It was 5.
All right.
Excuse me.
Choose your other 3. You get 1 point. You have 1 in as smarts and 1 in vigor now. What do you want to spend your other 3 points in? Self-confidence, backbone, and willpower, and your beliefs of your phobia. Delusional antics. I just see it now. Or like Spirit 5. I have a phobia against color purple. I'm delusional, and I'm. List goes on. And I have a death wish.
I'm gonna go with 1 in spirit, 1 in agility, and the last one I'm gonna stick an additional into my smart.
All right. You now have a 1d6 in agility, a 1d8 in smarts, a 1d6 in spirit, a 1d4 in strength, and a 1d6 in vigor. All right. Proceeding forward, a whole tablet full of options is presented in front of you. First things, you feel like you things out of game. You have core skills, and we're in the skills section. core skills are athletics. I'm just going to rattle these off. We'll get there later. Athletics, common knowledge, notice, persuasion, and stealth. They all start at 1d4 for free. What does all this mean? Okay, you get 12 points to spend into skills, is what's coming up. You can only spend up to, let's say you wanted to increase your athletics, right? If your strength is a 1d8, you can only go up to 1d8 for 1 point up a cost. So 1d6 would be 1 point, 1d8 would be a point. So you would have 1d8 in athletics for 2 points. However, if you wanted to go higher than that, to bring your athletics to, let's say, 1d10, it would cost you 2 points because it's above your attribute score. So a lot of your skills, when it refers back, it's going to say what your attribute equivalent is. Whatever your dice is, if you spend a point, you will get that skill at 1d4. If you try to go higher than 1d4, it will cost you if it's higher than a die that your attribute can sustain. Is everyone tracking?
Not really.
I will go through this a little bit better systematically.
On page 30, I guess, for us.
It's on back page 55. You'll see where it says that you get core abilities, that you get 12 points to spend for skills, and that each point that you want to spend into a skill costs 1 of those points up to what the attribute is. Let's say you want to be a fisher, right? And you want fishing knowledge, and fishing requires smarts, and smart is your smart skill is 1d6. Okay, so I pay 1 of those skill points to have it. I put another point in it, let's say if I want to get it up to 1d6. And I really want to be good at fishing. I want to be a master at it, and I want to be able to roll a 1d12 on just fishing. And so now I have to spend 2 points for that next one, 2 more points for that next one, and 2 more points for it. So of your 12 you got to start with, you spent 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 to have a 1d12 whenever fishing comes up. That's how you could do these skills. The max anything could be is a 1d12 that you're rolling. Mind you, you only need a 4 to succeed in this game. That's why you start off with 1d4s. So that when you roll the die of a 4 side and you roll a 1, a 4, you succeed. So rolling a 6 sides means that you've increased your chances from 25% to almost a 50% chance. You need to a 50% chance. My math on that. To a 33% chance of succeeding. You just need a 4, 5, 6. I was right. 50% chance. You only need a 4, 5, 6 when you have a 1d6. See how that works? Mathematically. So what this means is that you guys have you have the pages in front of you. You have 12 points to spend, and I'm about to tell you. If you look back at page 29,
is what I'm looking.
If you look back at page 29, all the way to page 40, you have skills. There is a button at the bottom to random all. If you so wanted to try to do that. So you have an option. You can random all your skills, or you can choose your skills. This is totally optional. There is a bonus for randoming all. Well, like the thing, random 4 plus shows back up on skills.
So on page 37 for us, edges starts appearing.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, only up to 37. Yeah, no, 36. 36 is where it is. So 29 to 36 is your skills.
All right, okay.
Yeah, that was my bad. So you have things like academics, athletics, which you already have a D4 starting point in, battle, boating, driving, electronics, faith, fighting, focus, gambling, hacking, healing, intimidation, language, occult, performance, persuasion, notice, piloting, psionics, repair, research, writing, science, shooting, spellcasting, survival, taunt, thievery, and weird science are all options. Some of these have subcategories, like obviously if you chose language, you would have to choose the language.
I just noticed that none of these things have strength.
Strength is the very first one. No, you're right. None of them have strength. Do they? Huh. I'm sure there's a reason for that. Strength is a lot to deal with your melee. So
There's no skills involving strength.
this does, yes, you're correct. I'm seeing none. Most of it is smart, spirit, and agility. I'm seeing none for vigor nor smarts. I mean strength. Which it does nothing to stop you. It just shows you that it means that it costs you a little bit more to go higher than your initial point, because your initial stat in smarts, let's say, is a 1d4, so it only costs you 1 skill point to buy one. You technically could buy 12 different skills all for the first point pip in it, and it could all be smart stuff. Like you could probably grab taunt, survival, spellcasting, shooting, or whatever, psionics, all at one point if you want to. Nothing stops you, since you have a minimum of 1d4 in it. It's getting higher amounts of that pip.
So did we pick our class yet? I don't think we did, right?
This is picking your class. It just does things differently. You're picking traits that you're good at. In Savage Worlds, you earn experience.
So how many of these things are we picking?
You have 12 points to spend.
12 points in total. Okay, 12 points.
And if it's a point in something higher than your attribute modifier, because spending 1 skill point gives you a 1d4 in that check. Unlike in D&D, where you could just roll a charisma check, if you have no hacking skill, you are unable to roll a 1d4 because you have no skill in it.
So like, let's say I
prevent you
choose
from trying. No.
Let's say I choose gambling, right? Like
All right.
that takes away 1 point, or what?
Well,
out of the
12.
What is
it? You have what is your attribute in smarts?
It's a 1d10.
So you can go up to 1d10, costing you 1 point for 1d4, 1 point for 1d6, 1 point for 1d8, 1 point for 1d10. Going to 1d12 will cost you 2 points because it's higher than your attribute. In net,
That
would cost
is
you 1, 2, 3,
so
4,
complicated.
5, 6. It is at first. I get you. That's why I figured we'd be here a minute.
A minute? I'm gonna be here for a couple days. I don't know what you're talking about. Shoot.
It's simple to note that it costs more to be skilled in something your attribute is unnaturally adhered to. It'd be no different than if I'm a lithe person and I'm able to do gymnastics and I try to step into advanced gymnastics and my dexterity score is, let's say, D&D equivalent of a 12, and it requires me to be like a ninja at 16. It gives me a chance to learn it through School of Hard Knocks as opposed to just having innate stats that can only get me so high, as it's equating to in a game system method. Right. This might take you all a while. What you need to do is you can either hit random all,
you and us,
or B, yes, I'm here until you all get to the clear. Look at those skills, and there's do you all have you should have a reference chart listing all of these skills on page on page 58. There's a list of all of the skills.
Now, how do we know that? What is it? Are we allowed to choose? How are we know what
you are allowed to either you are allowed to just choose. You just I want faith and I want to be good at it. And I'll ask you, how good do you want to be at faith? And you're like, I want to match my attribute stat. And I'll tell you that costs you 3 of your 12 points. I'm going to do the math for you.
Okay,
So
well,
let's
certain people have to be banned from certain skills, like the driving skill.
Oh. Oh, you mean people that
I'm kidding, Harley. I'm kidding.
Ooh.
Oh, I went there.
Debs cuts deep. Now, first thing is anybody randoming all? Yeah, you get a bonus in the edge section. Out of game is what I was going to do to give you an additional edge. However,
can we pick 1 or 2 skills and then random the rest, or?
You know what? We could do halfsies. I get 6 points. You get 6. So what I was trying to state, we can see you. So here's how I want to explain this. If your smarts is a 1d6, we're going to say everyone for the case period. I'm talking out of game to teach you the game. If everyone's smarts right now was a 1d6, that's what you rolled on. Cool. And every other stat was a 1d4. You have 12 skill points to spend into up 1 to 12 skills. Okay? You could put all your points into one skill. You could put all your points into different skills. You, at this point, are able to, spending 1 point per die type, meaning 1d4 is a die type, 1d6 is the next die type. Per level of the die you're using, it only costs you 1 skill to get to those matched. So if I have a d6 in smarts and I'm getting something that requires smarts, I can, for 2 skill points that I spend of my 12, purchase it to begin with to roll as a d1, spend it to increase it to have a d6.
How does that work for the ones that we get automatically, like common knowledge?
You start off automatically as a 1d4 and you could spend to go higher than it.
Okay, well, what if my smarts is only a 1d4, but I want to put 1 in common knowledge? Does that cost me 1
To
point or 2 points?
to go higher than your attribute is when you start having to spend extra for it. So at that point, the skill cost is only 2. So if you have common knowledge and smarts, and your smarts is a 4, right? And you get the one for free, right? And you want common knowledge to be all the way up. So this point here, your attribute for smarts is 1d4. You try to go to 1d6, it costs you 2 of those skill points. To go to the next one, 4 of those skill points, 6 of those skill points, 8 of those skill points. Whereas if you had, let's say, a 1d12 and you maxed out your smarts, this would only cost you 1, 2, 3, 4 points. 5, technically. 4 because you start off with it in 1d4 in common knowledge if you were going for common knowledge again. Does that help?
I think that just made it more confusing for me, at least.
So,
well, hold
I
on.
understand
So,
for all the other stats, but for the ones that you get a free skill point in,
you get a free skill point in. It starts off already.
If I apply my 1 point from smarts into common knowledge, and then apply the free one you get into common knowledge.
No.
So now it's a D6.
No, backwards. You start as a 1d4. If your smarts is only a d4, right? Your smarts is a d4, right? To start with. So common knowledge is a gimme. Everyone starts with common knowledge of a 1d4. You have to spend 2 to go to the next one. Because this is how every character starts. They always start with these 5 at a 1d4. Everything you have nothing in, that you've never spent in the skill list, you have no ability to roll on. So, intimidation, you're never able to roll unless you actually pay for a skill in intimidation. So everything else is a 0d0 die.
Is there a skill sheet that we can print out?
Yes. Next session, I will have the Foundry character sheet up, and it'll make things a little bit cleaner. So at the moment, if you turn to page 58, it tells you a list of skills. You have 12 points to spend. If you try to go higher than an attribute, it costs extra. If you remember in D&D when you were trying to point by your character points, you try to go higher than 10, it costs more than 1 point. It's the same thing. And when you try to go higher than your ability score, which is whatever your smart, spirit, and agility is, it costs you extra. So let's try this in a different facet. Norm, what's a skill you would like to have from the list? Shooting. You want shooting. Yep. And what is your agility score?
My agility is a D6.
Your agility is a D6. Okay. Yep. So right now you have 12 points to spend. You want to spend 1 point into your shooting. You get for 1 cost of your skill point, shooting for 1d4 now. Would you like to upgrade it for another point to 1d6?
Yes.
It is now takes 2 of your skill points, and now you are down to 10 left to spend, and your shooting is now a 1d6. It is matching your agility score. If you choose to go to 1d8, it will cost you 2 points. Would you like to continue?
Okay, I see what. Okay, I'm getting this now. Yes, I would.
Would you like to continue past that? Yes, you're down to 8, and now you could roll a 1d8.
No, I don't want to go higher than that.
Cool. You now have a 1d8, and you've spent 4 of your 12 points. What other skill would you like? You already start off with a free pip in athletics, common knowledge, notice, persuasion, and stealth. They are the red ones that are starred on here. If you you start off with 1d4, you're able to roll at least a 1d4 because a 4 is what you need to succeed whenever you roll a 4-side. What other skills would you like?
More in stealth.
Stealth. All right. So stealth, what is your ability is, and it's a 1 point. You could go up to your 1d6.
Yep, 1d6.
You already have 1d4 automatic.
Yep, so I'm down to
points left.
7
Would you
points.
like to go higher than that?
Nope, D6 is where I want to go for it.
What else would you like? What other
I
skills
had
would you
another
like?
one, but where is it? Oh, repair.
Repair. How many points? Repair is smarts. What is your smarts?
That's also a D6.
A D6. So you could go up to a D6 for 2 points. One for 1D4, one for 1D6.
I'm just going to spend 1 point for D4.
Gotcha. 1D4. All right. 1 point spent in repair. Where else would you like to spend your other 6? Oh, wait. Or would you like to randomize for a free edge?
I'm going to randomize.
You're going to randomize. Okay.
Yep.
If anything hits and it's higher than, and it forces you to go higher than that, because it's randoming, I'll give you the first point in it as a gimme, and I'll explain that later. So, 32. I need you to roll a. Oh, that's weird. You know what? We'll go with it. Roll me 2 sides and
2D
add
what?
them together. Roll me 2 20 sides, add them together. If it's ever a 33, if it's ever a 34 or higher, re-roll. Just re-roll.
Got a 22.
22. All right. 22, roll again.
25.
So so far you've gotten 1 point of repair. (22, 23, 24, 25). Science. We'll have to figure out what your science is later. Roll again.
29. Survival.
You know how to find food, water, and shelter and track because you hate cooking. All right, you have 3 more rolls.
I got a 16 and 19 that I rolled on those, so I need to re-roll.
Yes.
10.
10. Focus. You have 2 points left.
23.
23. And what's the other one?
33.
Weird science. So you have 1 skill in weird science, 1 point in research, 1 point in focus, 1 point in survival, 1 point in science, knowledge of a scientific career. Do you choose chemistry, biology, geology, engineering, or something else?
Engineering.
Engineering. Biomechanical, chemical.
Mechanical.
So mechanical engineering is what you have a 1d4 skill in. Your repair is at a d6. So yeah, that's all your skills.
I got shooting as a D8. I got repair as a D6. I got science as a D1. Survival as a D1. D4. Research as a D4.
Yes.
Focus as a D4. And weird science as a D4.
Yes. And stealth as a d6.
Oh, yes, stealth.
You
Yes, stealth,
also
yeah.
have persuasion, notice, common knowledge, and athletics as a d4. All
right, so I'm gonna do mine next. I'm gonna get gambling.
Gotcha. Let me grab a sheet.
I have a
All right?
D10 in smarts.
Okay. Gambling. You have D10 in smarts. So how many points would you like to spend? 1 point right now for gambling and 1d4
the
right
1d4, and then so if I spend 2 points, that's gonna take it to a D6, and then I'm gonna have 10 points left over, right?
Yes.
Let me make that a
Yes.
D8. Let me make gambling a D8.
3 points spent.
Okay.
1d8.
And then let's do hacking and make that
Did you say hacking?
Hacking. Yep. And then make that a D8, so that's another 3 points.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, cool. So that's 6 points total, so I have 6 points left. Let's go with
Do you want to random the other 6 points, or do you want to keep spending? You're more than welcome to do everything.
Oh yeah, now I kind of get it now. So just yeah. So I'm gonna do spellcasting and make that a D6. So
spellcasting at D6, so that costs you
2 points, right? So
now 3, 6, 7, 8. You have points.
So I have 4 points left.
Yes.
Okay. Electronics. And how many? You said I had 4 points left. You said.
Yes, you have 4 points to spend.
So
Smarts.
a D4 is -1. A D6 is -2. A D8. Let's just make all 4 of them a D8, and that'll cancel out all the numbers. Problem solved. There we go. Cool.
Your smarts is a 1d6.
It's a 1d10.
So the last 4 points are going into electronics.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1d4, 1d6, 1d8, 1d10. All 4 points, you have a 1d10 on your electronics because your smarts is a 1d10.
So my gambling's a 1d8, my hacking's a 1d8, my spellcasting's a 1d6, and my electronics is a 1d8. My electronics is a 1d10.
1d8. What is your smarts? You said was 1d10.
It's a 1d10,
right?
yeah.
So that means, and you had 4 points left. So you're able to go.
Yeah, so can I just put one of those things,
those
instead of
points.
having electronics as a D10, put spellcasting as a D8, so everything's a D8? Just average it.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So I got gambling, hacking, spellcasting, electronics is 1D8.
Yeah, you sound like a chaos wizard.
Except with electronics. Let's go. With a gambling addiction.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what the gambling addiction is. Wild magic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's really close to wild magic and yeah. All right. Now we're on to Shen or Harley. Who wants to go next? Deriving statistics, derived statistics are things that you're going to need to know. And you know how you try to figure out your AC in the game for D&D? So this is kind of what this section is, what it's doing, is it's saying that you have standard pace, a parry, and a toughness. Your toughness is 2 plus half of your vigor, and then add armor. So what toughness is in this game is you only have 3 hit points, 3 wounds, however you want to call it. However, in order to get hurt, you have to take enough damage to penetrate. So if your toughness for melee, depends on the situation, either parry or melee or toughness or defending, or if someone's shooting at you to resist against things, much like in the same thing you do in other game systems. Your toughness, if let's say your leather skin gives you a +2 to your armor, and your vigor is a 1d6. If your toughness is X and you roll a die to hurt someone, if you hit over X, like what you do in D&D is you hit the AC, at that point you take a wound in this game. In order for you to take a wound, you have to hit that AC, and this is why life is like so critical in here. You can only have 3 wounds, and then you're incapacitated. What wounding in this game is trying to do is tell you, like, you are hurt so bad that you broke something or bruised something heavily. That's what they're trying to state in this. So if someone rolls a 4 and succeeds against you, let's say, then they roll and they beat your toughness and they do a wound of damage, that's it. Now, if they rolled a 4 and it was actually they rolled an 8 and they rolled a 12, and you get into something like raises, like they hit really high on the die chart, that right there would make you take more wounds if they penetrate the damage and so forth. This will become second nature real quick. Just know that.
I mean, I'm not a gambler with a gambling addiction or anything like that, but I'm a pacifist, so I shouldn't be getting hurt at all.
Exactly. Trap. Mechanical engineering issues when they're doing mechanical engineering and you're over here doing electronics and you fry something because you were sobbing wet because you just got out of the pool. So we're at the next part is the edges. The edges are if you randomized, which only you did, Norm, you get +1 to your edges. And you're going to all have to use those points that you got from hindrance, those 4 points, if I'm unmistaken, and buy your edges. For edges, there are pages like 37 through 54. There's a lot of them. They are sectioned off. I was going to randomize some of this, and I was like, we're dragging on. There's combat edges, leadership edges, power edges, social edges, weird edges, professional edges, and legendary edges. They have requirements like Beast Master is got NSP D8. What does that mean? It means that you need.
I'm pretty sure N is nothing. And SP is spirit.
Well, I know spirit. It might be nothing. Novice. Going back. Something that we got to state. Now that we've gone to the edges, you are allowed to go back and spend any of those 4 points on anything prior. So let's say you wanted to raise up your... I just missed that. If you wanted to spend another point in an attribute to raise it, or skills, you could have used your points there. And since everybody has 4 extra points, so we could easily, if you wanted to raise up a stat that affects you getting to a higher skill on something, be able to do that. So background edges are just edges that affect your background.
Yeah, one of them is called two-gun kit.
Two-gun kit.
Yeah. But apparently I would need...
Two-gun kit. You need an agility of D8 in order to take this.
Yeah. But I only
You
have
have 4. You have 4. You have 4 points. You can up with one of those 4 points your agility, and then you can spend it on the thing.
I am going to on that.
All right. So you now have the two-gun kid, and you've raised your agility up 1 point. Is there anything else you want to do with your other 2 points? Oh, Shin, we need to do your skills.
All right, I was gonna go the half and half because he said he had an extra thing from that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing 2 in fighting, 1 in driving, +1 in athletics, and then 1 in survival and 1 in repair.
All right.
And then the other 6 are random.
So I need you to roll 2 20 sides 6 times and add them together. Anytime that it's a 34 or higher, re-roll it.
15, 14, 40.
Re-roll.
I got 2 20s. That was rare. All right, re-rolling. 17, 9, 18.
And what's the last one?
27.
You get fighting, agility, and because it was a random and you've already spent 2, and your agility is only a 1d8, for free, I'm letting you go up to 1d10. Or I should say that for free. Instead of costing you 2 points, I'm giving it to you for 1.
Okay, so it's a d10 now?
Yes, it's a d10. The next one is intimidation. 15 is language. Fluent in a particular language. Currently, languages other than the one you're already fluent with. Every race has its own language, and there's common. Or I should say, there is common currently. Would you like a language?
Beyond common and whatever reptilian is?
It's basically you're going, we'll pick language. We got it. We'll figure out what that language is later. I'm unsure if every android having its own language. Maybe everybody speaks time and
1111 110111.
Yeah, I have an idea for that. You're unsure what your other language is until it sometimes apparently it comes across it in game. Like, oh wait, I understand that. Okay. So just write language down.
Got it.
Occult. For someone who's a doubting Thomas, they sure do know their way around the occult to start their own religion.
I thought that would be funny, getting occult and doubting Thomas.
And you have performance. What were you, a fake sermon that made up its own religion prior to this?
I don't know.
And spell casting.
Yes.
I'm a doubting Thomas. Well, you're casting spells. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I've got to figure out the science behind it. This is bullshit.
Yeah. It's like these aren't spells, it's just electricity that's coming
Yeah, I
through
know
my
there's
fingertips.
I'm gonna figure out this someday. Just
That's
I don't
hysterical.
understand why if I jump 3 times, my head hits the spell casting. That's good. That's good.
Ridiculous.
All right, now I need one more person to do their skills.
Yeah, I know, and I gotta sit and do freaking buttload of reading.
Do you want to randomize all of them? Do you want to choose half of them, or do you want to choose all of them?
I have no idea because I haven't even looked at any of the information.
I get that. Go to page 58, and there is a trait summary.
Here, are we doing encumbrance?
I hope not. The only thing I can carry is myself.
Are we doing encumbrance?
There is encumbrance in the game. It's a lot easier. The game has encumbrance. Yes, we're dealing with encumbrance. However, 20-aught strength in order to carry shit in this game. There's backpacks that help strap things on and adjustments to weight loads and all that kind of stuff.
I was thinking of taking a attractive
Ooh.
to go with the performance.
So,
there you go.
+1 to performance, because except it only requires a vigor of D6. And I was like, well, I got a vigor of D8 or 10. I don't remember.
Which of you would like to find their random first?
Sure. I'll go.
All right. So roll a 1d8.
7.
All right. Roll a 1d8.
6.
You have healer. What is your spirit at?
A D4.
Your spirit is now at a D8, and this takes away your other bonuses for randomizing your race and for randomizing your hindrances. You now have a spirit at 1d8, and you get healer as a weird edge. Wow, I should have done that. That's a lot to give. I could have handled that differently too. Anyways, so there you go. Norm, roll yours as well. I need a 1d8.
At a 1.
Roll me a 20-side and a 6-side and add it together.
What does that sound?
12.
Rolled a 6
Spatic. What do you have for spirit?
It is a D4.
You too also raise up to a D8, and you get charismatic. You get a free roll when using persuasion. Congratulations. You still have 4 other hindrance points to spend. Well, you spent a hindrance points raising your agility, and you got your 2 gun, and you still have 2 other points of hindrance points that you gained in order to pick 2 more edges or increase attributes or buy more skills.
It's that time. I need to go.
All right. Thank you. What time is it right now? Is 9:30. Have a good night, Shin.
All right. I'll be back later.
No.
In the Matrix, someone's thing decided to go on pause and is filtered into the background.
All right.
All right. On to you still have 2 more points that you could either spend on more stats, 1 point per stat like you were, other skills, or other edges. Now, where you sit now is you should be able to, in the top right, see actors. Click that actors, and you'll see a few of them in there. Click on yours, double click on it, and it will bring up your character sheet. Are you seeing your character sheet? Let me know when you get that far.
Hey, Shin, you gonna join?
I am.
What do you mean? I don't
Your
see
thing
you.
went to sleep.
Oh.
Wait, what am I supposed to do? Oh, wait,
Click.
the little toggly.
Click the little people-looking symbol at the top right, and it should say actors.
See at the top right of Foundry where it's got that like chat bubbles and the little swords, and then next to it's yeah. It's
like me, right?
Yep.
Hi, there's my pretty sheet. Oh, finally, I don't have to think anymore. Well, I'm thinking I'm gonna be fitness pizza in about 2 seconds. Starving. All right, what do I have to do?
All right, now you have your character sheet. Click through all. You're going to click over to. This is where you're presented in your mind. Final touches necessary. Final touches necessary. And at the same time, you all are hearing what you think is hearing. Scratching noise. And it's hard to distinguish it from the fact that you've never really heard that you could think of anything. It's all been in your mind. And then you zone back into options necessary. So what's happening right now is you still have points left to spend on your character sheet. You have 4 hindrances points. You can buy up an attribute. You can spend 2 of them and buy an edge. You can buy a skill for 1 point. So those are the things you're able to purchase with your hindrance points. Each edge costs 2 hindrance points. So who wants to knock out their options?
I can do it. I'll do it.
All right.
So I got 2 minors and a major. So that's how many points? 4?
4 is maxed out. Everybody has 4.
Oh, okay. Everyone has 4. Okay, yeah, that's right. Because we all got our. We're like, hey, you know what?
Max.
Let's make our characters as crappy as possible.
Correct. So, do you want to buy up an attribute point? Do you want to buy a skill point? Or do you want to spend 2 and buy an edge?
I want an edge. I want 2 edges. Can I get 2 edges?
Yes, you can get 2 edges.
All right, cool. Let's get 2 edges because this dude's screwed. He's a pacifist. I gotta get something.
do you want things that are background related, combat related, leadership related, power?
Let's go with leadership related first. Let's get one that's leadership.
Okay.
All right, you guys cool with me being the leader
leadership
or whatever? All right, cool, fantastic.
Yeah, you've got command, and you could get a follow up of command presence.
So what's command?
So you need a smarts of 6 for command.
Got that.
And if you take command, you could get command presence, which requires command edge, which gives you a range of 20 yards. You have +1 to shaken and stunned recovery skills.
What?
You're able to give, okay, so that's just one of them. You have fervor, which is extras in range, and you have hold the line, which is extras in toughness and leadership. Inspire, natural leader, tactician. It seems like, if I'm reading this right, it's kind of like you buy command and you're able to get fervor and use your command skill in order to give someone extra range in their fighting or extra toughness. So you need to take 2 edges in order for command to be useful. Well, no, my bad. If you just take command, you're able to give someone +1 extra to shaken and stunned recovery skills. Does it make all right?
Okay.
If you get other leadership edges, it allows you to use that command in order to use fervor and stuff. So you kind of need command to get other edges of leadership. It's a predecessor. Do you have the link to the site? Do you have it up right now? Actually, you have no need to. If you go to the very far end next to the cogs in Foundry,
the little
it says
book.
compendium packs.
Yeah.
You're able to, in there, click basic edges. And in the basic edges, you're able to scroll through and see all of them.
Basic edges?
Savage World Systems folder, basic edges. Do you see that folder?
Yeah, I got it now. I got it.
Okay.
All right, what am I looking for? Command? Oh, sweet Jesus, yeah. Commands,
you need
required commands. Yes. Requirements,
now,
seasoned and commands. Fervor requires veteran spirit D8 and command. So actually, I need seasoned and stuff too?
So what this is in this game, every time you gain a level, you eventually, if you get 3 levels, well, its equivalence to levels gets you to different echelon ranks. There are 5 echelon ranks, as in there is novice, seasoned, veteran, heroic, legendary. So you have to basically have gotten 3 levels to get from seasoned, and then your 4th level makes you I'm sorry, 3 levels of novice, and then you get your next level is seasoned. So if you were to equivalent this to D&D, basically when you hit level 4, you become seasoned. And that's its hierarchy. So something that says seasoned next to it means that you have to be level 4 and have the command edge in order to get that skill, that edge. Are we tracking?
Yeah.
Cool. So again, when a character advances, they get one of the following things. They get to gain 1 new edge, or increase an attribute, or get 2 skill points. So it's kind of like the same thing as in your whatchamacallit. Nothing really changes.
System documentation. Oh, I don't feel like looking through all this stuff right now. It's a lot to read. Core rules? Is that it?
Core rules. Page 54.
Yeah, it's telling me to. Don't worry about it.
I can.
Oh wait, hold on. Suede Fantasy Campaign. Yeah, I don't feel like looking through this right now. Can you tell me what Brave? Hold on, D6 plus. Wait. I need Spirit D6. Okay, I have that. Okay, yeah. You show me what Brave is.
This edge allows you to master fear. You get a +2 to fear, and when you're doing fear checks.
Fucking sweet.
Okay.
And also, whenever dealing with the fear result tables, I have to subtract 2. So that's something I'll figure out when that comes time.
Okay. What about calculating?
Calculating. Where'd it go?
Why does it keep seeing Suede D20 or swayed.
Ignore up to 2 points of penalties on one action with action cards of 5 or less.
Yeah, I want to take calculating. I want to take calculating, and let's see what else.
So what that means is if you roll low on the initiative, then if you take more than one action, you can, because remember you could take up to 3 action and it's -4, -4, -4. You would get -2, -2, -2 instead. Whenever you roll high in the initiative order, meaning last. That's what that's saying.
What's
So you want that?
Yeah, yes. What's
Okay.
improvisational fighter?
Improvisation.
Oh, that requires
Yeah.
seasoned. Never mind.
Probably like a throw anything.
What's novice? Is that beginner friendly?
That's novice. Novice is level 0.
Okay, cool. What's improved
0 to
nerves of
3.
steel?
Nerves of steel.
Mm-hmm. Improved nerves of steel. Yep.
Ignore 1 level of wound penalties.
Oh wait, no, that's nerves of steel. Hold on.
You need it to
Nerves
get
of steel.
another one.
Yeah. I need nerves of steel first. What's nerves of steel?
You require vigor of 8, and ignores 1 wound penalty.
I don't have vigor of 8 either. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. So where I can organize this to where it like only shows me smarts.
No, it's a...
Yeah.
Hello, Ty. Go into the game data and click on the link, and I will send you an information.
Just grab me alertness for the other one. That sounds like it's useful. All right, that's my 4 points, right?
Yes.
And I don't have any extras or anything I got to worry about.
Let me. So you want alertness? Where was alertness?
Yeah, alertness and Oh my gosh, I just had it. Calculating.
I got it.
Alertness
I already got
and
the other one.
calculating. All right, cool.
There it goes. Okay. Please proceed with the next optional input. Who's next?
I'll do mine, I guess.
All right.
And so all I have to do is just click it and it'll put it into the system?
No. You click and you drag it. The question is what are you going to spend your points on? You could spend 1 point on an attribute increase, 1 point on a skill up, or 2 points on an edge. And you have a total of 4 points to spend.
My strength is only a D4, so that probably could go up.
If you want to, yes. All right.
So how do I go about doing that?
I got it. You want to increase your strength by 1. What else would you like to do with your other 3 points?
So now it's
A D6. The D6 now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I need to double check that. Is it 2 points for him? My bad. It's 2 points for an attribute as well. That makes sense. So it's 2 points to raise up your strength. Okay. You still have 2 more points left. What would you like to do? Buy an edge or 2 skills or 1 attribute point?
I'll go ahead and do agility up.
All right. So another attribute up, and that'll finish your options. All right. Your options are done.
And I run. Now I roll a.
Roll
8.
Correct. Shin, are your options done?
Yes, I took
All right.
2 edges. I
Kraken.
took brute and sweet.
All right. Kai. So I'm sure you heard the conversation. You have 4 points of hindrances. We gave you 1 free edge. You have the edges cost 2 points each. Sorry, we read the rules. That's what happened there. Realize you get a little less. So what of those did you want to choose?
Okay, so I got 1 free. Well, actually, I get 2 free because I'm a human.
You get 2 free or 1 free for being a human? 1 was free because it was a random.
Yeah. And then
that
I get
one
1
we
for
did.
being a human.
And then players begin with any novice edge of their choosing. So that means you get 1 free edge, and you've got 4 points to buy 2 more edges if you chose so.
All right. And 2 gun
And
kid.
all right, so
I
you
think
want 2
charisma
gun
was my
kid.
random one.
Yes, charismatic was your random one. So let me get back to that. So you want to get 2 gun kid. Now novice means any levels 0 through 3. So it has to be novice. So whichever ones you choose. Trying to find 2 gun kid. 2 gun kid, novice, agility 8. What was your stats?
Agility, a D8.
What did you put in your other stat? Because that would mean that, okay, was it your smarts? Then your smarts had to be down at D4.
I got a
then.
D8 in agility, D6 in smarts, a D8 in spirit, a D6 in strength, and a D10 in vigor.
All right, so 1, 2. The spirit was a freebie. I know that. So originally you had a D4.
Yeah.
You had 1 in agility, 1 in smarts. You put 1 in strength, and then you said you put another 1 in agility.
Yeah, that's how I have them written down as D8.
All right, so that means you have a D, and that means and then I crit rolled your vigor, so it's a D8 in vigor. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. It just for some reason there's a stat wrong on your character sheet, and so I gave you enough freebies comparatively anyway, so I feel no remorse. I'm making your vigor down to 8, giving you your agility 8, so you can have your 2 gun kid. Because we just went back and re-listened to the old recording, and all right. What else?
So I got 3 more I can pick, or 4 more.
Okay,
I
so
also got.
You have right now. We're going to say your 2 gun kid was your the one you just bought for being a human.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep,
And then
the
your freebie was charismatic, which I'm trying to grab right now. All right. And so this leaves you with your 4 hindrance points to spend.
Each one of these costs 2.
An edge costs 2, an attribute costs 2, a skill costs 1. Correct. So you could buy up 2 of your attribute traits or whatever. Mix and match.
Well, I'm going to go with Rich for one of them.
Rich, okay.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Filthy Rich for number 2. Number 3, I'm going to go with Exacerbatingly Rich. And number 4, I'm going to go Trump.
All right, so you went with Rich. In order to get Filthy Rich, you must have Rich. Are you doing that?
Yep.
Wait,
Okay.
seriously? I was joking.
Look,
No, that's what he sent me earlier.
That's funny.
yeah, that's when I thought I had 4.